Have you ever felt like your voice was stuck? Like the words you want to say are just trapped inside? That's how I felt when I first tried speaking English in a new country. It was like my heart was racing, but my mouth couldn't keep up.
Oh, I totally get that, Samantha. That feeling of wanting to see something but worrying you'll mess it up, it's so real for anyone learning a language. Today, we're diving into a story about finding your voice and the confidence to use it. We're going to talk about the struggles of learning English, share some practical tips, and show you that every small step counts.
Exactly. This is Speakeasy English, where we blend storytelling with practical English learning. Today's episode is all about overcoming fear, building confidence, and finding simple ways to improve your English every day. Jackson, why don't you set the stage for our listeners?
Sure thing. We're going to follow the story of Maria, a young woman who moved to an English-speaking country and faced all the challenges we know so well. Pronunciation struggles, vocabulary mix-ups, and that fear of making mistakes. We'll break down her journey, share some key phrases, and give you tips to practice. By the end, you'll feel inspired and ready to take your next step in English.
And don't worry if you're a beginner or advanced. There's something here for everyone. So let's get started with Maria's story. Picture this, Jackson. Maria is 25, standing in a busy coffee shop in her new city. She's just moved from her home country where English was something she studied in school but never really used. Now she's trying to order a coffee and her heart is pounding. She knows the words coffee, please, small, but when she opens her mouth, nothing comes out right.
Oh man, I can feel that moment. It's like your brain knows the words, but your tongue just freezes. So what happened? Did she get her coffee?
She did, but it wasn't easy. She said, small coffee, please. But her voice was so quiet, the barista didn't hear her. She had to repeat it 3 times, and each time she felt more embarrassed. She told me later it felt like everyone was staring at her.
That's such a common experience. Let's pause for a second and talk about that phrase, small coffee, please. It's simple, but it's a great example of how to order something politely. Samantha, can you say it slowly for our listeners?
Sure. Small coffee, please. Now you try it, Jackson.
Small coffee, please. Okay, listeners, your turn. Say it with us. Small coffee, please. See, it's short, but it's powerful. You're being clear and polite.
Exactly. And here's a quick tip. When you're nervous, slow down. It's okay to take your time. Maria didn't know that yet, so she rushed and stumbled. But let's go back to her story. After the coffee shop, she went home and thought, I can't do this. English is too hard.
I bet a lot of our listeners have felt that way. I know I did when I was learning Spanish. I'd study for hours, but the moment I had to speak, it was like my brain went blank. So what was Maria's next step?
Well, Maria decided she wasn't going to give up. She started small, really small. She practiced 1 sentence a day. Things like, can you help me, please? Or, where is the bus stop? She'd say them in front of her mirror over and over.
That's smart. Practicing in front of a mirror helps you see how your mouth moves. Let's try another phrase from Maria's practice. How about, can you help me, please? Samantha, say it first.
Can you help me, please? Your turn, Jackson.
Can you help me, please? Okay, listeners, let's do it together. Can you help me, please? Great job. This phrase is so useful. You can use it in stores, at school, anywhere.
And here's a quick grammar note. That phrase uses can, which is a modal verb. It's like saying, are you able to help me? It's polite and direct. Maria practiced these kinds of phrases because they were practical for her daily life.
I love that. It's not about learning everything at once. It's about learning what you need right now. So Maria's practicing in front of her mirror. What's next?
Things got harder before they got better. Maria started a new job at a small bookstore. She loved books, but talking to customers was terrifying. One day, a customer asked, "Do you have this book in stock?" And Maria froze. She understood the question, but she didn't know how to answer.
Oof, that's tough. That moment when you understand but can't respond, it's like a wall between your brain and your mouth. What did she do?
She mumbled something like, I check, and ran to the back to ask her coworker. She felt so ashamed afterward. She told me she wanted to quit right then.
I feel for her. Let's break down that customer's question. Do you have this book in stock? That's a common phrase in stores. It means, is this book available here? Samantha, can you say it slowly?
Do you have this book in stock? Your turn, Jackson.
Do you have this book in stock? Listeners, let's try it together. Do you have this book in stock? Awesome. And what could Maria have said back?
A simple response could be, let me check for you. That's polite and buys you time. Let's practice that one. Let me check for you.
Let me check for you. Listeners, your turn. Let me check for you. That's a great phrase to use when you're not sure and need a moment to think.
Exactly. Maria started writing down phrases like this in a little notebook. She'd review them every night. But the real challenge wasn't just the words, it was her fear. She was so afraid of making mistakes that she barely spoke at work.
That fear is such a big hurdle. I remember when I was learning Spanish, I'd avoid speaking because I didn't want to sound silly. How did Maria deal with that?
She had a moment of realization. One day, her coworker, Sarah, said, "Maria, it's okay to mess up. We all do." That stuck with her. She started thinking mistakes are part of learning. It didn't fix everything, but it gave her a little courage.
That's huge. Let's try a mini dialogue based on that. I'll be the customer and you be Maria. Ready?
Okay, let's do it.
Hi, do you have this book in stock?
Let me check for you. Yes, we have it. It's over there.
Perfect. That was simple and clear. Listeners, try that dialogue with a friend or even by yourself. It's a great way to practice responding under pressure.
Maria's story met an elderly customer named Mr. Thompson. He came to the bookstore every week, always asking for history books. One day, he noticed Maria was nervous and said, "You know, your English is better than my Spanish ever was. Keep going." That small compliment changed everything.
Wow, that's powerful. Sometimes a kind word from a stranger can make such a difference. How did Maria react?
She felt a spark of confidence. She started talking more at work, small conversations at first, like, "Do you like history books?" Or, "This book is very good." Mr. Thompson would always smile and respond, even if she made mistakes.
That's so heartwarming. Let's look at one of those phrases. Do you like history books? It's a great way to start a conversation. Samantha, say it slowly.
Do you like history books? Your turn, Jackson.
Do you like history books? Listeners, let's say it together. Do you like history books? This is a perfect phrase to practice asking questions and connecting with people.
And here's a quick tip. Questions like this are great because they invite the other person to talk. It takes the pressure off you. Maria learned that by asking Mr. Thompson questions, she could keep the conversation going without saying too much.
That's a pro move. Let's do a quick role play to show how this works. I'll be the customer and you be Maria. Go ahead.
Hi, Mr. Thompson. Do you like history books?
Oh, yes, I love them, especially books about World War II. What about you?
I like books about old cities. They're interesting.
Nice. That was a great exchange. Listeners, try this with someone. Ask a simple question and see where the conversation goes. Samantha, what else helped Maria turn the corner?
She started listening to English podcasts, like ours, and watching TV shows with subtitles. She'd repeat lines she heard, like, I'm not sure, but I'll find out. It helped her sound more natural.
I love that phrase. I'm not sure, but I'll find out. Let's practice it. Samantha, you first.
I'm not sure, but I'll find out. Your turn.
I'm not sure, but I'll find out. Listeners, let's say it together. I'm not sure, but I'll find out. That's another great phrase when you're stuck.
Maria's story isn't about becoming perfect. It's about progress. A year after that coffee shop moment, she was having full conversations with customers. She still made mistakes, but she wasn't afraid anymore. She told me every mistake is a step forward.
That's so inspiring. Let's reflect on what we've learned from Maria. First, start small. Practice one phrase a day, like, can you help me please? Or let me check for you. Second, don't be afraid of mistakes. They're part of the process.
Absolutely. And let's review some of the key phrases we practiced today. We had small coffee, please. Do you have this book in stock? Let me check for you. Do you like history books? And I'm not sure, but I'll find out. These are all practical, everyday phrases.
And here's a grammar takeaway. A lot of these phrases use simple present tense, like do you like or I'm not sure. It's one of the most useful tenses for beginners because it's straightforward. Samantha, what's one big lesson you think listeners should take away?
For me, it's about confidence. Maria learned that speaking English isn't about being perfect. It's about showing up, trying, and believing in yourself. Even small steps, like saying one sentence, can build that confidence over time.
Totally agree. And a practical tip, try repeating phrases you hear in shows or podcasts. It's like Maria did with her mirror practice. It helps with pronunciation and builds muscle memory for speaking.
And don't forget to be kind to yourself. Learning a language is hard, but every word you learn, every sentence you say, it's progress. Maria's story reminds us that learning English is a journey. There will be tough days, but there will also be moments of joy, like when you finally say a sentence and someone understands you. That's what keeps us going.
Absolutely. Today, we learned practical phrases, tips for building confidence, and the importance of small steps. Whether you're ordering coffee or chatting with a stranger, you got this. Just keep practicing.
And if you enjoyed this story, make sure to hit subscribe and support our channel, Speak Easy English, for more stories that inspire, teach, and connect. We're here to help you on your English journey.
Thanks for listening, everyone. We'll see you next time on Speak Easy English.